Good morning. Getting ready for the day today. I am trying to start habits because I've decided I'm not the person I was 2 years ago, and I'm not going to beat myself up over it. Pretty healthy, and I won't have to stop and grab anything through fast food or at Quick Trip. And my list is made. I'm going to put the puppies up, and we're ready to roll. It's almost loaded. We are ready to go. I needed these pots because we have some sunburnt plants, and I'll show you more about that. Yeah, I have not dumped my truck. See the debris in there? But I figured today I will, I'll trim, and then we will go by Mom and Dad's, dump the truck, get to see Mom and Dad. But I found that if you don't dump the truck and you leave it for a couple days, it kind of cooks, and then it smells great, but it's also smaller, so we have that going. If you've watched me on Instagram, you know I do What's in the Back of Jennifer's Truck. So today we're going to do the video version. What's in the back of Jennifer's truck today is oleander, because we have to do a little bit of replacement. I don't do a lot of replacement on pots because they usually work out just fine. But it has been kind of an odd year. So every year, and I think that's what keeps my ADHD brain going, is that nature is where I'm working, and that's always changing. So keeps me challenged. This year has been a challenge, and I'll explain more when we get there. But so these are oleander in the back of my truck, and of course my blower. So when you're trimming boxwoods, for health, you want to make sure that this part isn't overhanging the bottom. Ideally, we would make them more like thick kind of triangles or pyramids, and that way the sun gets to all parts of the boxwood, and then you wouldn't see any dead. So that's what happens. When you see kind of bare spots, it's because it wasn't getting any sun, and so nothing was growing there, of course. So I always try to kind of keep the top shorter than the bottom so we can get sun all the way around. What you'll see, it's very easy to do, is, especially when you have heavy gas trimmers, somebody will walk by, and just the angle that you naturally hold them kind of undercuts the bottom of a boxwood. So you might look at that as you're driving by big buildings or commercial accounts, because the landscapers have very little time to get it all done, and so it's just natural to kind of undercut them. So I like to keep a nice natural ball, no meatballs, and the most important thing is be sure and get all your debris done. And so knock it off, then blow it off, rake it off, but know that once you do this, your shape might change a little bit, and you're going to have to recut some things, but that's all right, because if you leave all this debris on the top, then that is also covering the sun and covering up that growth, and you get big brown spots. So this would be your more ideal shape for a boxwood, but you don't see it around. It's not popular, it's not common, so nobody's going to start trimming like that. But you can see the top, if everything is angled like more like a pyramid, then the sun hits all of it and you don't have parts of it dying underneath. And I think the sun has a curly mustache. When you're trimming, always look out for this sort of thing. Oh, a maple wants to grow in there. Okay, come out, maple. Ah. And even if it messes up the shape, be sure and always cut the brown out, because that's going to draw the eye. So if you have a dead bush, don't use it as a space filler. It draws the eye away from the good bushes. And this gives it a chance to give the nutrients to the good part of the bush and get the sun back down there for new growth. See, you got new growth already. So if it's brown, cut it down. I was saying this should be easier because it's not separate meatballs, but I'm Next, I'm going to do some maintenance on these pots. I'm going to trim the viburnum actually back so they'll get some more sun, because these will just pop when they get sun and they'll really fill out. These were planted about late May. And then there's this one. This is always a favorite of mine every year. Looks like a deer stole the sweet potato vine right out of the front. We're going to get this one trimmed up. Some pots I leave just go wild, but this homeowner style and the shape of this needs a little. This is a good one to take a look at. Here's a dead branch. We want to get rid of the dead branch so that the tree can concentrate on getting the nutrients to what's living. And this one has already kind of, see, it's already made a collar. Get rid of the branch. It really wants it gone. So we're going to give it a little bit of help. It's already starting to wean this off so it can heal over nicely. So I'm going to get rid of it. Quick air conditioning and hummus break, and then I'm going to switch out these cordyline, which have got sunburnt. So what happened was we had a very wet April, May, even a very cold April. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in oleander and put these cordyline in other pots so they can just be watered. And these homeowners are great about overwintering their tropicals, so they can take care of them outdoors in the summer, and we'll get them out earlier because a lot of the tropicals that sit, you know, in the nurseries or whatever, and then they come out to bright sun hot, have sunburnt this year. These have never sunburnt, and we always do cordyline here. It's like her request. So we're gonna switch this out. Oleander might not have been my first choice, just the shape of these, but it's July. So, you know, you kind of take what you get. So here we are. Here's a sunburnt cordyline. So I'm going to dig that out, put it in some pots back there so it's easily watered when they water. And then I'm going to put the oleander in. But let me show you. See, just ugly, sunburnt, no fun. Done. Let's go look at the pots. That's the fun part.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be. But they're not gonna see me bleed. Cause baby, I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn. But they're not gonna watch me burn. Cause baby, I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Cause I'm not I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love. You, they always bring.
Made it home and need to water my flowers. I have a full truck of debris, so that's good. It was a good day. Customer's happy, got a lot of work done. Somehow 5 hours of trimming and weed pulling doesn't close my exercise rings, but I can feel it, so that's important.